Lillian Bonsignore is a career first responder. In just 9 days, she'll be running the world's busiest fire department. Although she never served as a firefighter, she's confident that won't matter.
I know the job. I know what the firefighters.
This is like an NFL owner appointing a cheerleader to be the NFL head coach of the Dallas Cowboys. Democrats love DEI. I'm sure firefighters want a leader who knows what they're doing. They're not going to respect a lady who just takes the job, who has no experience at all. If I were her, I would have been like, no, I cannot take this job. I don't know enough, and I don't want to do that to the firefighters here. I mean, do they not remember just what happened a year ago in California? The LA fires, they were out of control, and it was a woman police chief. There was no water in the fire hydrants. Literally nothing went right. Now, maybe if she was in control of the firefighters in like a Midwest state where there's like, not huge skyscrapers and a dense population like New York City. This is absolutely mind-blowing, guys. Let me know what you think in the comments. If you agree with me, please hit that follow button. We'll see you in the next video.
A few moments later.
Lillian Bonsignore is a career first responder. In just 9 days, she'll be running the world's busiest fire department. One of the most important appointments of the incoming administration.
And they deserve a leader who cares about their work because she did it herself, who understands every detail, and who will fight tirelessly to empower FDNY and make it the best firefighting force in the world.
Lillian Bonsignore began her career as an EMT in 1991 and was ultimately promoted to chief of the city's EMS division, where she served for 3 years before retiring in 2022. Although she never served as a firefighter, she's confident that won't matter.
I know the job. I know what the firefighters need, and I can translate that to this administration who's willing to listen. I know what EMS needs. I have been EMS for 30 plus years.
Bonsignore is a trailblazer for the LGBTQ community, who will serve as the FDNY's first openly gay commissioner. She's a highly respected, detail-oriented manager whose style has been compared to NYPD Commissioner Jessica Tisch, who will remain in her post in the new administration.
Yes, Zohran Mamdani cannot even surprise me any longer. Any decision he's taking is something a lot of people knew coming. He did his best, thinking this was a good idea, appointing this person. What I see on social media is extremely different. Even people who stood up with him, supporting during his campaign, are going contrary to him. At a certain point, I was like, this is what we were saying. It has not even started. People are already talking. That should tell you a lot about these people.
It's one of Mayor-elect Zohran Mamdani's most controversial picks. My son Linen, a man who spent years in prison for robberies that he says he didn't commit.
I've always maintained my innocence in my case. I went to trial for my case.
What do you say to New Yorkers who feel uncomfortable with your appointment?
We say that we have rehabilitation, right? We say we have the Department of Corrections, because that's what it is, correction. So if you're incarcerated for something and you go to the Department of Corrections, people should feel like that you're being corrected.
Linen was once a rising Bronx rapper.
I never knew at 21 years of age with a $1 million record deal that I would be incarcerated. I thought I was coming from poverty, coming from a father who over.
Yes, I don't know why Mamdani thinks this is a good idea. A lot of people, even liberals, are criticizing him, appointing this person with zero experience. I don't know why these people play with human lives. It is insane. There are certain positions, before you appoint someone, you need to first reason, will this person be able to do this? This concerns our lives. A lot of people criticize these decisions like never before. When you take a look at these, Zohran Mamdani upon Lillian as new commissioner. Although she has never served as a firefighter, she's confident that won't matter. Elon Musk responded, people would die because of this. Proven experience matters when lives are at stake. That is the truth. You don't joke with things like these. Libras are melting down.
Retired EMS chief. She's now going to make history as the first openly gay fire commissioner.
Former fire commissioner Robert Tucker's last day on the job was last week after saying he wouldn't work with Mamdani. But with just 9 days left, the current mayor has just sworn in a replacement, Mark Guerra. He is now the city's new fire commissioner.
There is a lot to unpack here. We have team coverage tonight, starting with Eyewitness News reporter NJ Burkett at City Hall. NJ?
Yeah, right, Mike, a trailblazer with 3 decades of experience, 3 decades as a first responder. Well, tonight, the unions and the rank and file alike are praising the appointment, one of the most consequential decisions of the incoming administration.
And now you have a commissioner that can start an IV.
Lillian Bonsignore is a career first responder. In just 9 days, she'll be running the world's busiest fire department, one of the most important appointments of the incoming administration.
And they deserve a leader who cares about their work because she did it herself, who understands every detail and who will fight tirelessly to empower FDNY and make it the best firefighting force in the world.
I don't know if you realized he just lied. He has never been a firefighter before. Forget about administrative positions. Talk about the job she's about to do. I don't know why these people who always play this. This guy thought doing this is a good idea. This should be what Republicans should be saying, because I don't get it. Why he can actually even do this.
Backlash against LA's Mayor Karen Bass after removing Fire Chief Kristen Crowley.
I do believe it's a shame that she's taking the blame with something that was not within 100% of her control.
Should have communicated with her.
The communications about the very dangerous weather was ubiquitous. It was on every news channel.
While some council members stood in support with Mayor Bass as she announced the firing, other council members, including Tracy Park and Monica Rodriguez, weren't even consulted and are stunned by the reasoning.
It is not within the responsibility of the fire chief to make those communications. That's the emergency management department. That is how our city is structured.
The demotion coming just weeks after Crowley spoke out against the mayor, saying Bass knew $17 million.
It's just a shame because this has been this way for years. And I don't know how they expect us to keep going, kind of just limping along when we, again, need more firefighters, when we're so understaffed.
Several other groups fighting for their chief.
For all the hard work she's been doing. And it did not make sense due to all the facts that are out there.
While Crowley's removal was effective immediately, her fate is in limbo. Council can vote 10-5 to reinstate her as chief. And it doesn't end there. If the chief can plead her case, she can take legal action against.
Here we go again. She was fired because of their incompetence regarding bars. Now, this one is coming in to do the same thing, even worse than what I actually even thought. A lady with no experience. I just want to see the end result of what this guy will actually do. They usually say sometimes people with no experience can do the best jobs, but in this case, you are playing with human lives. That is what I'm more concerned with. I don't want to talk much. I think I'm going to end here. I want to appreciate people sharing out my videos. God bless you abundantly. As of the short clips, that is for the YT algorithm. You can end here.
Biden signed a bill of
correction here. Not what I would like to have heard from you, but you did do it. So there you go.
Out. Buy what I'm selling. Yes, this is a lemon. Yes, he is selling nothing but lemons.
One thing I'll give him credit on is this bonuses to troops. He's giving them basically $1,700.
Let's see if they get the.
Well,
I want to see them get
breaking through all. Put his condolences out.
Democrats think that MAGA is going to break up because of Donald Trump's criticism of Rob.
Considered either place. Thank you for coming. I really appreciate it.
You and your husband were friends with Rob and Michele Reiner, and
everybody knew that wasn't true.
A dangerous relative as a likely suspect, a tip that led to her brother Nick. Rob Reiner and Nick had a heated argument the night before at Conan O'Brien's Christmas party, being back on his own. In one interview,
she said,
should have said nothing.
The United States to take this family tragedy in which the president had made no comment.
When
people ought to have.
Yeah.
You know?
Yeah.
Absolute horror.
Mascara and all this other kind of stuff. Like, that's not what people been